Hi, I'm Roxy Rose, and I'm back again, believe it or not, doing some more videos. And as they say, you can't keep a good girl down, at least not this one. Um, First of all, I'd like to thank all the well-wishers and the beautiful people out there that have expressed their love and concern for me, wanted to know where I was, why I'm not doing any videos. And they've done it in such a loving manner. I have to say thank you very much for that. For thinking of me, even though we've never met and we've only met through YouTube. It's so nice to feel that love coming through to me. That's so beautiful, and I want to express my love right back at you. Well, if you're just tuning in to me and you haven't seen my previous videos, and there's a lot of them, you don't have to go watch them. But I'm Roxy Rose, and this last February 2013, I turned 50. I started transitioning at age 47, so yes, I am a late transitioner. So many things to consider when you're that old and decide to transition with a career and a family and children and a spouse, etc. So my videos try to address those issues that us late transitioners go through. But really, the issues that we go through aren't much different. The only difference is between a late transitioner and, say, somebody who transitions in their teens or 20s, is here we are trying to put our features and our physical body back together. At the same time, nature is letting it fall apart due to old age. So we do have our work cut out for us. So I try to address some of the issues, but most importantly, I want to try to address some of the emotional and spiritual issues that we have to deal with. And so that type of assistance and help and encouragement is good for anyone, and not just the transitioner, for anyone, anywhere really. These tools that I could give you, or at least expose you to, are really beneficial for everyone. Some of the things that I want to expose you to, and I say that because I'm not really a teacher, I'm just kind of here. So the best that I could hope to do is expose you to these things. Well, what I want to show you is the importance and the value of meditation, self-hypnosis, and visualization. They're all beautiful tools for life, as well as they could be extremely helpful for the transitioner. The first thing I'd like to address is visualization. I am here to tell you, and I'm not going to pound my fist on the podium and stomp across the stage swearing that visualization works and that if you visualize a Mercedes and a Learjet, it'll come to you. And that's possible, and it is true. But you know, visualization is used for other things as well. You could visualize peace in your life, and you could visualize calmness, and you could visualize self-acceptance. Very useful tools for the transitioner. You know, there's so much turmoil, hate, and self-loathing that we go through. Visualization could be extremely helpful. And I want to tell you my personal experience. And I hope you don't take this wrong, but years ago I started self-hypnosis and visualization. And this was 6 or 8 years ago, and this was before I transitioned. So I was, you know, and this was before I was out to anybody really. I started using visualization. And in self-hypnosis and visualization, I visualized a shapely, blonde-headed, not too big lady, and she happened to wear her hair like this. And that was my visual image of who I was. Of course, I was 100 pounds heavier. this was pre-transition. I was not presenting female at all, and although I did have long hair, I certainly didn't wear it in this style. I always just wore it back in a ponytail. And I certainly didn't have these. But I visualized this woman. And I actually visualized this woman, and when I visualized her, and I visualized her face, I visualized some remnants of her masculinity still coming through. I don't know why I visualized that, but it was okay with me, because, you know, I don't really want to shoot for the stars. I just want to, you know, kind of set the goal somewhere, and I wasn't expecting miracles, so I was open to the idea of some masculine features being present. Again, I don't know why I visualized that, but here I am now, and this is who I am, exactly how I visualized it. And now the funny thing is, now when I visualize and I go into self-hypnosis and meditation, when I visualize myself, it's not different from the form that I'm in right now. Whereas 8 years ago, it was quite a bit shocking to visualize that. It was like an impossible feat to visualize something. No, that would never happen. Like I said, I was 100 pounds heavier. How could that possibly... That girl can't be me. But here I am, and due to visualization, this is who I am now. It really does work. No, I'm not a penny richer, and I don't have a Mercedes and a Learjet. I probably should have included that. That would have been nice. But anyways, visualization does absolutely work. It does. It really does. And I will try to expose you to visualization, how to use that tool, and how to create things in your life through visualization. Self-hypnosis is also a very good tool, and it goes hand in hand with visualization and meditation. It's kind of a bridge between the two. Self-hypnosis could give you some help in accepting yourself and understanding yourself and coming to terms with a lot of the emotional issues that we have to go through. And it could project into your life a very positive result, and almost anything that you wish for or want, you could ask for through self-hypnosis. Very good tool. Meditation goes hand in hand with all these things, and I cannot tell you how much peace and happiness and calmness meditation has given to me. There's no better way to start a morning than a little relaxation and meditation. And in the evening, after life has really run you through the ringer and caused all this stress in your life, meditation could settle things down. A lot of people turn to alcohol, eating, TV watching, drinking, and their way to relieve the stress that life presents us with. And meditation doesn't cost anything. It's calorie-free. And it's not addictive like the others. It's kind of addictive because you just enjoy it so much, you want to do it often. So meditation is something that I also want to expose you to, because it's just a wonderful tool to use. And like I said, these tools can be used by anyone. And if you're not the transitioner and you want to use visualization, this works on you. Don't get the wrong idea. You know, you won't be able to visualize your neighbor, changing their appearance. This is only something for you that you could do for yourself. Anyways, so those are some of the things that I'm going to be exposing you to. And as well as some of the transition that has taken place in my life has been of a spiritual nature. And as I said, I was raised in a very strict Jehovah's Witness household, or ordained as a minister in that religion. But over 20 years ago, I gave up that religion, and I liked to think that I was agnostic. And when I was asked if I was atheist or agnostic, I usually said I didn't know, and then they'd say, well, you're agnostic. But in my mind, then I would have to apologize to God for being agnostic. I would always say, I'm agnostic, I think, if that's okay with you, God. Well, that's kind of a statement in itself. I never gave up the belief in God, although I didn't understand God. But for the first time in my life, even though I was ordained as a minister, for the first time in my life, I can actually say, I love God. And God loves me. And God made me. And God made me perfect. And I feel really good about this. And God loves you. And you have been made perfect. And this world is perfect. And this universe is made by God. And it is perfect. We are all perfect. And we are all made by God just the way we are. And so I am going to expose you in just the mildest way to spirituality. Although my days of knocking on the door and waking you up in the morning and presenting the good news of the kingdom, so to speak, as we said in Jehovah's Witness religion, those days are over for me. So I'm not going to be standing on up to the pulpit, and I'm not going to be preachy. But spirituality has, and I'm not comfortable with this word, but it has enlightened me, and it has added a lot of peace and happiness, and for the first time, love in my life. Real, honest, unconditional love that can be only experienced through God, because God is love. And as I said, God loves all of us, and He's made us all perfect. So I will touch on some spiritual aspects, because that's part of the transition that I've gone through, and it's what I want to give you too. So that's a bit of catch up as to what I've been doing, how I've been feeling, and so there will be a lot of videos coming up based on all those issues that I've talked about. I have to say that my older videos are a bit embarrassing for me. That's my bird, Rosie. She's my cockatoo. If you hear her in the background, that's her. Just wanting to be included here. But some of my old videos are actually a bit embarrassing, I have to say, because I had so much misplaced anger and blame. I want to apologize for that to the people that have watched my YouTube videos, and to my family, and to my spouse, and to my children, and all the peoples or parties involved. I was very anxious and emotionally distraught. I was a wreck, really. And I was dealing with so much anger, and I felt this need to place blame on people and point the finger, even for issues going back to my childhood. And since then, and these YouTube videos have been very instrumental in me learning about myself, because it does reflect, as a mirror does, of who you are. I've learned a lot, and I've learned not to blame these people, not to lug this baggage around with me everywhere I go. Oh my gosh, I've been lugging this baggage around for a long time, and I just need to let it go. And I have. I'm glad to say that I have, although I am a work in process. I've thought about removing all the YouTube videos that I've made previously, but then I realized, no, wait a minute. Those are very useful videos because they do show a work in process, especially with the upcoming videos that I'm going to start releasing. They will show the transition not only gender-wise, but they'll also show the transition that takes place emotionally and spiritually within the transgender woman or man. And so I'll leave those videos up even though they are a bit embarrassing. And like I said, a lot of misplaced anger and blame. And I have come to terms with that. And I no longer blame these people. And I accept all these things as a tremendous and very helpful learning experience that they have given me to learn from. Because those experiences that I went through have made me who I am today. Every bit of me is due to what I've went through in the past. And for that, I have to really appreciate and love all those experiences. So I hope I have caught you up as to what I've been doing and why I haven't produced any videos. And I hope you will keep an eye out for the videos that are upcoming. Some of them will appeal to you and some of them won't, but I will keep them very diversified. You know, I'm not going to go one direction and just bore you with you know, certain aspects of spirituality or visualization. I will try to always incorporate the physical aspects of us late transitioners. I'll always try to incorporate some jokes and some merrymaking along the way. And I will always try to incorporate some of the emotional situations that arise and that we have to deal with. And also, I will also try to include some of the legal issues medical and legal issues that we have to go through as transitioners. So this has been Roxy Rose with a bit of an update. And please know that I'm thinking about you, and watch for my upcoming videos. And I really truly hope that they could be helpful to you, and I hope you like them. And remember to love yourself. Love yourself unconditionally and completely. Love everything about yourself. Accept all that you are. Know that God loves you. Know that God made you perfect. And you know, sometimes it helps just to say that to yourself. That God made me perfect. He made me just as I am, and I am perfect. So this has been Roxy Rose with a bit of an update, and I look forward to doing many more videos, and I hope that you are all well and happy and loving. Bye-bye.